All right. So today is that auspicious day where we are launching the very first talk show of Global Womenpreneur Clique. And the topic, the day is Independence Day. We all are talking about freedom. And India is in the mode of celebration of freedom, which was hard earned by our freedom fighters once. They fought to their death for the freedom from slavery, for the freedom for their rights, and for women's rights as well. But when I go through the news now, at this moment, so-called 21st century, I still think, did we really get our due? Swami Vivekanand once said, there is no chance of welfare unless the condition of women in the society is improved. A bird with one wing cannot fly. And he rightly said that. So ladies and gentlemen, today we have Ms.Joyoshree Arora with us, who is going to throw some light on the topic, freedom from the shackles of patriarchy. So to introduce her, she is a well-known TV and movie artist. Well, she's a well-qualified MSc B.Ed and she holds a diploma in grapho analysis. She has learned Kathak, Manipuri and Rabindraki style of dance forms for over 10 years. She has widely traveled and is adept and proficient in many languages such as Hindi, English, Bengali, Punjabi, Urdu, Haryanvi, and a fairly good knowledge of Gujarati, Nepalese, Assamese, and Odia. We all know her pivotal character in the first Indian soap opera, Hum Log, Bhagwanti. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Bhagwanti from Hum Log is there with us today for our very first talk show, very first episode of GWC Talk Show. We welcome you, Joyoshree ma'am.
Thank you so much. Good evening and a very happy Independence Day.
Thank you, ma'am. Same to you. So, ma'am, the topic that we are going to discuss about is freedom from shackles of patriarchy, and especially it's more oriented to women. Maybe she is a professional, she is a homemaker, she belongs to a middle class family, or she is from a lower middle class family, or you can say she is there in the very she leads a luxurious lifestyle. She's from the high status of the society. But all of them somehow are impacted by patriarchy in our society. What's your take on that?
Well, I would say that as far as a woman is concerned, you know, let's not mix two words. That is freedom and rebellion.
Perfect.
Okay. As far as freedom is concerned, you have to be honest, that passion, you understand? And if our grown-ups, elders, male members of the family, and as when we are talking about freedom, okay, freedom from the shackles of patriarchy. So even the mother, I mean, the elderly ladies, when they are telling us to do this or to do that, we have to understand really what do we want. Right. Firstly, we have to analyze ourselves, our passion, what we want to do, what are our dreams. The moment we realize that, you understand, I don't think, if you're honest to yourself and to your circumstances, there's any looking back. That's what I would say.
Wonderful. So you want to tell us, if I understand you correctly, it's more about freedom in the mind.
Absolutely, absolutely. That freedom in the mind. You know, normally what happens, oh, you're telling me not to do this, I will do this. So the rebellion part shouldn't be there. You shouldn't be a rebel when you're talking about freedom. And freedom from what? Freedom from that fear. I don't know whether I will be able to do it or not. Oh my God, if I do this, which is my passion, which I want to do, what would this person say? Forget about your own family members. They will say, well, you are giving your time, which you're supposed to give to your family, you're wasting on yourself.
Right.
You have to be, free from that thought. You have to be free, exactly what you want. When you are confused yourself, okay, I'll be this. When a child, say about 10, 11, 12, even when you're a teenager, say up to your class 10, you ask any student, that student would say, I don't know what I'm going to be. Maybe I'll be a singer. Maybe I'll be a dancer. Maybe I'll be a painter. And now with this new education policy, it is all possible, mind you. But when I'm talking about myself and those who have finished their class 12 now. Okay. Now you have to be very, very sure, what do you want? Just, I'm talking that I would like to be free. I would like to be free. Okay. Because my father is saying, no, don't do that. Or my grandfather is saying, or my grandmother is saying, or my great grandmother is saying, no, you're a girl. You're not supposed to do that. Oh, I am not supposed to do that. Definitely I'll do that. That is not freedom. I don't think that is freedom. When we are talking about, the shackles of what? The society which has, woven around us. That, no, you're a girl, you shouldn't do that. You're a girl, you shouldn't talk loudly. Why you shouldn't talk loudly? Because the moment you talk loudly, you are considered you're assertive. Well, you want to be heard. You understand? There's nothing wrong with it. But the moment, oh my God, I'm not supposed to talk loudly. Oh my God, girls are to be seen, not to be heard. When the society or your own people, when they talk like that, at that time, that, a girl, a growing child, at that time, she's handicapped. She will not be able to, express herself. Most important in each household, I feel like you give the male child authority, the freedom to express yourself. The moment you give that to the girl child, ultimately she'll grow into a woman. She'll have her own ambition, her own home. She will be rearing up her own children, and she will be able to imbibe the same things to the child, to the girl child. So it is most important, the freedom of speech. Freedom, to express our views in any family matter. Dining table, you're talking, no, don't talk, you don't have to be assertive. Why? Why can't a girl child or a woman be assertive? Why not? And I'm not talking about, holding degrees. Okay, what to do? I did my graduation. What to do? Well, I did my post-graduation. What to do? Then I learned music. Then I joined a sewing class and all. That is no freedom. I'm sorry. That is violating. You don't know what you want to do. The moment you realize, you understand, you have to tell yourself, what are my dreams? You have to ask yourself the question, what are my dreams? What I want to do? And believe me, Akanksha, being in the family, doing, be kind to the family members, be obedient. I wouldn't say that, oh, okay, sit down and stand up and sit down. Not that obedience. You have to realize, if my grown-ups are telling me this. Now, I'll just give you an example. A place like Delhi, 12 o'clock or 10 o'clock at night. No, if my brother can go or this boy can go and have an ice cream, why can't I have? You learn judo karate. Equip yourself with the arms and ammunition, where you can fight 4 guys who are trying to be smart with you. The moment you can do that, yes, go out, but not before that. So you have to understand exactly what do you mean by freedom. If I've been able to, satisfy your query, which you asked.
Absolutely.
From here, not only from here, from your mind, where the mind is without fear and the head is held high.
Absolutely.
Tagore,
Wow.
if we remember, that's in that heaven of freedom, my father, let my country awake. So it is that here, the mind. The moment you understand, yes, this is what I want, and this should be done, and let me talk it out. The moment you are assertive, you speak your mind, well, half the battle is won.
Wonderful.
That's what I would say.
That's superbly said. What I understood from the points that you mentioned over here is it's freedom from the mind. It's not about being a rebellion. It's more about understanding yourself.
Absolutely.
Once you understand yourself,
No
then you
confusion.
can.
There shouldn't be any confusion.
Yes,
Yes,
right,
yes.
ma'am. But there are few
Now, I'll tell you
cases.
something, Akansha. I'll tell you. Here, if a girl just wants to be a homemaker, you understand? What's wrong with it? She wants to be a homemaker.
Right,
She herself, it's her desire to be a homemaker.
right,
She feels she'll be able to rear her children better. She will be able to look after her new set of parents, her own parents. Okay. And well, she will be able to look after the house well and everything and everything. What's wrong with it? Nothing is wrong with it. Not necessarily you have to be a career woman to fulfill your dreams. No. Here, she shouldn't be either forced to work or asked to sit at home. That's what it is.
so here we are trying to give choice to a woman. So either
Of
you
course,
be a.
of course. It is totally her choice. It is like these days, I don't know why, when a girl, she wants to be a career woman, well, she's not interested in marriage. Why so much of talk is being, done just for the heck of it? Well, this is her choice.
Right, right.
This is her, let her decide what she wants to be. It is not only when we talk big, freedom from this and freedom from that. The shackle, actually, it is in our own minds.
Absolutely, absolutely.
You have to understand your mind to understand what you want to do. That's what I would say.
Right. So, ma'am, there's one very common line that I hear from the homemakers. They have that hidden desire of doing something,
Yes.
somewhere hidden in their mind and heart. And when we talk to them, they come up with this idea of theirs, but they say, "My kids and my family is my priority. I can't go for that. Uh, Instead of my kids, I need to look after them. I'm a mother. I need to take care of them. They are my priority." So my question over here is, can somebody else can be your priority if you yourself are not your priority? Or
That's
is
the
it
no, that's
hidden?
the pity, especially with Indian women, let me tell you. They are their last priority. They are
Right.
their last priority. Well, a little bit of happiness. Well, I'll give you an example.
Ji.
My little granddaughter, that person feels happy. Then I said, what about you? You should feel happy. She said, no, if my family is happy, I'm happy. When a 6-year-old talks like this, she's not tutored.
Right.
You see, she speaks from her heart. And at that time, very good, absolutely right. That should be done. You should see somebody else's happiness. Why? At that time, no child, your happiness matters. You're happy, very good. But as you grow up, I'm sure there will be, so many dreams you would like to live, you understand, you would like to fulfill. Make sure that looking after your family, those dreams are not shattered.
Absolutely.
And Akanksha, it's up to us. Okay, I'm happy. You must be, I'm sure you hear, I also wanted to do that, but what to do? Family and children, and nobody allowed me to do. Who the hell a person to allow you? You are to allow yourself. That's, yes, I want to do this.
Right.
God, you didn't ask God, no, give me, we don't remember life. God has given this beautiful life. God has given you mind to think. You don't have to, depend on somebody else to allow you to fulfill your dreams.
Absolutely.
Definitely you can. And, when children are grown up, okay, people are getting bored. What do I do? What do I do? You have to have some occupation where you realize, yes, I've got this life, this beautiful life. Well, my parents made sure that I am educated. They made sure that, I am otherwise I want to eat this, I want to wear these clothes. Those desires are fulfilled. But then why don't you speak out your desire, what you want to be?
Absolutely.
You have to ask yourself. Automatically it will be. No, you have to be assertive. Firstly, don't be a martyr. That's what I'm saying. Women, we are our last priority. You understand? Ghar nahi samalti hai, wo nahi karti hai. Everything is possible. Yes, I believe in. I also, when I was working, I was teaching, and then I was doing just television and all. I always felt my children, my home, and my husband. It's in that priority. Children, because I have brought them into this world. So their welfare, I must understand. Because it's lovely to see a child growing, the first step, the first word and the first sentence. It's just wonderful. But then you are remembering your childhood, you're growing, your motherhood. It is maturing as the child is growing up. After some time, that child needs you, but not so much. Haath bhi dhula do, khana bhi khila do. That stage goes away. Then what? So along with that, you have to have, something just for yourself.
Absolutely.
And if you're confused and you don't know, you have, introspection is not there, that, yes, what do I want to do? I've got this beautiful life. Am I to just cook, change the nappy, look after children, give my parents, and after that, my new set of parents, time pe chai, time pe khana, and that's the end of it? Right. And I'm talking about this generation, mind you. If we go back to our parents and especially grandparents' generation, you understand, their life, joint family, everybody had that much of work, that set work. You will do this, you will do that, you will do this, you will do that. Now with the nuclear family, the prices, it's not only for money, I'll tell you. Of course, 2 pay packs matter, but otherwise also, you as a person, your achievements, your dreams, your desires, you have to, free yourself from that inhibitions that I don't know whether I will be able to do it or not. The moment you start doing it, no, I would like to do it. And time management you have to do. Everything is possible. Yeah. These days, maternity leave, these days you are getting paternity leave also. Mm-hmm. Isn't it? And work from home. There's so many things. Facilities, when I was a young woman, things were not there. When I was in my teens and 20s, no. I was teaching. So you had to, okay, if you're taking leave, you have to, substitute, you have to give it, no, take 3 months chutti, and that's the end of it. After that, you have to join. Either join your school or stay at home. Mm-hmm. That is the time. Now, at least there's so many things a woman can do. And now it's a very harsh word, wasting one's life. No, it's not that. It's just fulfilling one's dream. That's what I would say.
Absolutely agree. So more than we are creating a hype on this term patriarchy, it's more about freedom from mind. So once you are determined what you are supposed to do in your life and you are more aware about yourself, you can actually do whatever you wish to. So it's not about patriarchy, if I understand you correctly. It's more about the freedom from mind.
Yourself, yes. Akanksha, let me tell you one thing. You will see every generation, you understand, every generation. When your parents may have said, no, Akanksha, don't do this. But when it came to your grandparents, they would have said, no, let her try. Let her do that. I mean, I remember when I'm giving you a personal example, when I wanted to learn Kathak, okay, my aunt and everybody said, oh, when we wanted to learn, told their uncle, my maternal uncle, my mother's uncle, she said, no, the times have changed. If she wants to learn, and you were not that passionate, you just, I would like to. Here, she wants to learn this particular, she wants to join this performing arts. Why not? So the grandparents were more liberal than the parents. Right. It is always there. So you can't say that grandparents, because they are there, they are stopping and things like that. No, it's not that. Because by the time they become grandparents, they realize, I suppose we were a little harsh to our children. So whatever our children wanted to do, if at all we have faltered there, let our grandchildren do that.
Right.
It is always there. And I'm talking about those grandparents who were, I mean, the grandmother especially, stayed at home. They were homemakers, I'm talking of. Not that freedom of going out and earning bread or whatever it is. That's what it is.
Right.
It is in your mind. Frankly speaking, shackles, Akanksha, outside shackle, you can sort of break away from there, I would say. Nicely, you can, one by one, you can sort of
People see the passion in
no,
you. They can
but
actually.
it passion. It is you. Your the mental block. You have to remove that.
Right. Right. Absolutely.
That's what it is. And let's not take refuge. You know, you are taking the, you know, nahi kar sakte, you know, can't be done. That means you're half-hearted. I want to do, but it can't be done. Okay. Why don't you decide why it can't be done? Definitely it can be done.
Right. Right. Absolutely.
So once you feel, yes, it can be done, it
Right, right. Absolutely. Agree, completely agree. So when I'm listening to you, I'm going to few of my past incidents that happened, and yes, I could relate these things. So, ma'am, when I talk about your journey from starting from your college days to till now, was there any
childhood school days, you can say, yes.
school days. Yes. Was there any difficult situation that somehow we can relate it to the societal baggage, or we can say there was an influence from the society where you had to face that struggle of doing something against the society, or probably that the bondages that women face?
Now, I'll tell you, I see, against society, I will not say, because society as such, you know, nobody is bothered. These days, especially, nobody is bothered. And society, those who talk, they are more interested in what is happening in somebody else's house than compared to your house.
Right, right.
Too much of, there's a lovely Punjabi word, you know, villa. Those who have too much of villa, fuzul kat, you know, I mean, good for, I mean, that time, you know, what to do. Okay, let's talk about that person. That's what it is. Now, things are different now. Things were a little different then. Though, mind you, I'm coming from an army background where people feel that they are more liberal, they're more open. And, yes, when I wanted to learn, as I told you, I wanted to be as a child, I wanted to take up, you know, 3 options I had in my mind. Okay. First option, I wanted to be a teacher, well, which I became. Okay. Second option was I wanted to be a performing artist. That's learn Kathak and carry on with that. And third, people at home, they wanted me to be a doctor.
Okay.
Okay. So now there was a confusion between the 3. What should I become? Do you understand? That is the time, the clarity of thought, what I was telling you, that you should know what you want to do.
Right.
A lot of people, my grandmother, I mean, as I told you, we had a joint family. They wanted me to be, no, study. Okay, study. Nobody spoke of marriage, thank God. I'm coming from a Bengali background, and their education and fine arts, a lot of stresses given to these fields. Okay. And yes, there were people, they said, no, study, only study. My uncle was younger than my mother, nothing else. Study, only study. Okay, if you want to do something, go and play badminton a little bit, 1 hour in the evening, and that's the end of it. I didn't want to do that, so I never did that. All of us, I'm sure, Akanksha, even you must have faced a lot. I wouldn't say from society, okay, because society values remain the same, but, you know, it become a little, I would say, more liberal about certain things. Now, when I'm during my marriage, when I wanted to marry somebody out of my community, not a Bengali Brahmin, okay, there was a lot of opposition, as you know, with a lot of opposition. But then I would say,
this opposition is coming from that society only. That this opposition is coming from that patriarchal system only.
yes, of course, I would say, but not that I was the sole person. Maybe I was the sole person from the family.
Right.
But a lot of people were doing, I mean, that was happening, and especially the background I am coming from. So
As we change the backgrounds with a similar story, so there are conclusions of the same story are a little different. So some may have happy ending, some may have a very bad ending, or किसी के साथ कुछ और. So this
बिल्कुल,
changes as the background varies.
background varies.
Yeah.
And that is why, most important, education matters.
Right.
She should be able to, husband or the male member of the family, what he earns, if he gives you that much of money, then only you can, for every penny, you have to, spread your hand. The moment you're educated, that is why I said you try to analyze yourself. Don't be confused. What do you want to be? The moment a lot of problems are sorted when you're financially independent, Akanksha.
Right. Yes.
A lot of problems are sorted. So education is a must. When I'm talking about education, I'm not saying that, you collect degrees.
Mm-hmm.
No, you should be vocationally, you should be, equipped so that, you can stand on your feet.
Wonderful. That's
Yes, you are a person. So society, or they will know society. Frankly speaking, even thinking capacity is also changing. Now you tell me, 30 years ago, 40 years ago, could anybody be thinking in India live-in relationship?
right. Never. Yeah.
Never. Okay, it is there now. Could you ever imagine, oh, well, yes, I was in a relationship with that person, but that it just fizzled out. It is something like, I had aloo ka paratha, I didn't like it, so I'm having toast and bread. So society is changing their attitude, mind you.
Right, right.
Mind you. So what it was then and what it is now, there is a lot of difference.
But the person who initiates something different, something or
initially that person has to face a lot of flack, mind you. A lot, mind you. A lot. Well, when I was selected and I was doing television, a lot of people, you see, again, peer pressure, I mean, people at home, as you say, there were a lot that, oh my God, house will be, the children will be neglected, this will be neglected, that will be neglected, the house people, my God, how oh God, she's more interested in, her own passion and all. They didn't realize here comes the bonding between children and the mother especially. And Akanksha, I'm grateful to God. I have 2 daughters and they have never let me down in anything. Believe me, school topper, college topper, but I told them, I said, beta, I'm doing this. I will go to do television. I'm going to Mumbai for shoot and all. You all are such good in studies. When you do well in your exams, people will say, wonderful, look at these girls, how good they are. But if you don't do well, they will say, mother is not at home. There she is going and doing shooting and all. So, well, children will be neglected automatically. Do you understand what I mean? So here comes the society. Look at, and you are a housewife. You are staying at home, homemaker, I would say. Okay, now talk to your child if you want to do something. So definitely one has to have little thick skin, especially from your own kith and kin. Outsiders will not speak much. It is at home. So the moment children, when they know that, yes, my mother is as a working woman. I mean, I see my little grandchild when my daughter's like, shh, mama is on a call. 2-year-old, shh, mama is on a call. So she understands that, now something is happening. I'm not to make a sound. I'm not to create any hassle. And automatically everybody adjusts. But then again, you should have that clear vision of what you want. And when you start, I think, koi bhi pioneers, you understand, they have to face a lot of problems. But then, Purva chalne ke batohi, Harivansh Rai Bachchan has said, Purva chalne ke batohi, baat ki pehchan kar le. You have to, a traveler, you have to select your own path. Right. There will be thorns, there will be stones, there'll be pebbles, my God. there will be, jungle, wild animals, all kinds of things. You have to decide whether you want just a luxurious, straight path, or, and well, nothing, ultimately, nothing. The jalebi ka dona you'll get ultimately. And here, if you want to do something, पूर्व चलने के बटोही बाट की पहचान कर ले. You have to see which route you want to take. That's what it is.
Wonderful. Ma'am, when we talk about women in entrepreneurship, women who are professional, who are working, they have this burden on their head always. They have to look after their kids, they have to look after their family. But when we talk about men, जो इकोनॉमी से रिलेट मेन को करते हैं, women को कम करते हैं. Women are homemakers, though they are also contributing to the economy by being homemakers. But as a homemaker, a woman loses her identity. Loses her identity since she's not happy.
When as a homemaker, she loses her identity if she's working outside.
No, she is at home. When she's at home, why I'm saying this is because her main role is around the kids, around doing household chores, around keeping her husband happy. But over here, if she isn't happy, as you said earlier, that you need to be happy inside.
Yes.
If she isn't happy, she's anyhow, she's not going to keep her children and her husband and her family happy. So over here, we are
Absolutely.
setting.
Absolutely. If your soul is not happy, I would say one thing: don't torture your soul. What your soul says, don't do it. Listen to your soul, and soul will never advise you wrong. Let me tell you. Definitely, that's exactly what. Ultimately, when children are grown up, what I said, what have I done? What have I done? 40 years, 50 years, I'm here. Oh my God. So there, definitely, I suppose things are changing. When I compare men from my generation, and when I compare men from your generation, my children, their generation, their husbands. Okay, and again, there's a gap of 6 years between my two daughters. When I see the difference, they are much better now. They're equally helping out. And especially, I'll tell you, so many stories, so many incidents are happening. Okay, domestic abuse, this, that, and the other, after the lockdown. After that lockdown. But it is not so much here in India as it is in US or UK. I mean, well, I have come to know through newspaper only, which I'm sure you too have come to know. Now, those people have never helped their wives. They are finding it is so difficult to even lift a cup of, a tea glass and keep it in the other room, pick it up from the table. But those who are helping their wives are working and they are helping their wives. Children are equally they are, comfortable with either the mother or the father. Things are absolutely smooth.
Learn what they see.
Yes, they learn what they see. And if what happens, my generation I'm talking of, you may have seen many places. I'll tell you, I mean, this difference, what happens, Akanksha, when you look around and you realize this is wrong, I will not do it. That's wrong. Never, ever. I'll make sure my children, they learn this. You are evolving every day.
Right.
When you were 10 years old, you were different. When you were 20 years old, different. 30 years old, 40, when you were over 50, or you are a senior citizen, things are totally different. Now, what happens when you are evolving? When you see these things, automatically, things are very, very different. Very different. Now, boys are, the present generation, the boys are helping their wives, and children are very, very comfortable. Very comfortable. But then there are certain houses when she is, and at least now those who are staying at home, they're called homemakers. Not, oh, she's just a housewife. That was the remark initially, 10 years ago. Oh, she's not doing anything. She's just a housewife. She may get up in the morning, make sure that everybody gets a good cup of tea, a breakfast, lunch, clothes are washed, clothes are ironed, clothes are dried, homework is done, the food for the husband different, in-laws different, or parents different, whatever it is, and children, all their, tantrums, she makes sure that it is fulfilled, properly done. But even then, what is she doing? She's just a housewife. And I've seen such people that craving, that that I wouldn't even say envy, that jealousy is there. Oh my God, imagine I can't do this, I can't do that. And I made sure always, I've always said, oh my God, hats off to you homemakers, those who are just looking after the family. I will not. I mean, just to pep them up. There are so many ways you can pep them up and make sure that, that fire, you kindle that fire so that they realize, what am I doing? Why should it be only the four walls around me? And if you are not in a position, there are so many things. Somebody can make nice idli, somebody can make nice momos, somebody can make nice paratha. And these days, home cooked food, I mean, just to give you an example, that is so much, it's in demand. So why can't do, and there is no age, mind you. You can start, age is just a number. The other day I was reading an article, a lady, I think she's 85 or 90 years old. Well, she's, I think, making pickle and commercially she is doing it.
Mention over here in our forum, we have a very young entrepreneur of 3 years old to the oldest member, women entrepreneur, Mrs. Madhu Sehgal. She's 80 years old. And this number variation is there in our forum, and people are doing it. People are doing it. So they
Yes,
have
that's what, yes.
bigger to do.
And mind you, coronavirus, this lockdown has brought in a lot of misery in the sense that you can't go out, can't see a movie and all, but it has done wonders. The bonding between the family, grandparents have started narrating stories, you understand? And they are doing something, and see, masks and all are made at home. Those who have never touched a thread and a needle, they are doing it. So, I mean, they needed this lockdown, isn't it? To realize the potentials, the talent they had,
Right.
which they could bring out, you see?
Right.
So now you have one 3-year and one 80 years old lady. Now imagine 80, kya karenge 80 ne? Nothing. 80 years young, I would say.
Yeah, she is very much energetic, and she is an inspiration to one and all at GWC.
Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely.
The other thing that I wanted to ask, ma'am, as we were talking about patriarchy, so since this notion of impacting a woman's career life is somehow true at various levels. Maybe some families, they don't consider it as very important, and they let the daughters and the wives do what they want to if they show that passion and they understand their passion. But through the news also, and through the people that we meet, we come across such stories and such incidents where we are in a complete state of shock that this also happened in our society. So
Yes,
at that point of time, when we consider ourselves, if we are in their place, we are at their place, would we be able to do or follow our passion? It is really difficult at being when we try to consider ourselves in their shoes, think that we are in their shoes, and can we be able to do that? And it comes out as an utter shock for us, because that situation is really difficult, and it's very, very yes, ma'am.
Akanksha, that's exactly what it is. The background, the education, how the parents, how the people at home, how that girl is treated, that lady is treated. You understand? When she, it is the circumstances, it's the background which matters. Let me tell you. Okay, now domestic violence. I'll just give you an example. It is not only in those slums, mind you, not at all. It is everywhere. Why should you accept that domestic violence? First and foremost, dignity of a person. You know, every day, the slums, you see, the wife, the woman, she's washing, sweeping, swabbing in everybody's house, and the husband comes to dhap and snatches the money and goes and takes this country liquor. Okay, now she tolerates it. Similarly, in middle class or higher middle class, only thing is that he doesn't take, he's doing the same thing, roaming around at plenty of money, or go and buy jewelry. Go and wherever you want to go, I will do this. Here comes the dignity. How much of this crap you can take?
Right.
वो अबला नारी आंखों में है, ये सब जमाने लद गए हैं. It's gone. You have to stand on your feet, analyze again, be rational.
But then
What you are doing, is it?
Here comes that baggage from the society.
Yes, bilkul, absolutely. Yes. Here comes, at that time, society kaun banata? You tell me, Akanksha. You and me, we make the society, don't we? Right. So here I'll tell you, again, an example. There's a maid, her husband used to beat her black and blue, and I said, I'll put you behind the bars. If I see you next time lifting your hand, see what I do. And I told her, I said, and if you come at that time, so chuda do, no bloody chudana.
So why we need
after that?
Why we need that? That's my question. Why we need that third person to come in between and save a woman? Why the women cannot?
Maybe. See, because she has. Because that category has already seen. You understand? That category has already seen. First time, if anybody tries, you understand? Well, that is the time to sort that person out.
Right.
That is the time. Here comes, as you say, not only society, even the girl's parents. Jo ho gaya hai, it's okay. It's in your kismat, the damn kismat. It was in your luck. So you have to lump it. Why? Why? One has to be, as I look, Akanksha, you have to be strong. You have to be educated. When I say educated, not degrees. You have to understand your mind. Free from here. What do you want? Children, yes. Children, for the sake of children, a lot of things, a woman tolerates, mind you. Because that mamta, she carries the child for 280 days in a womb. So for the sake of that child, a woman tolerates a lot of this bakwas, mind you, but not necessarily. She has to realize that it is in her. She is Abala Nari and she is Durga, she is Chandi, she is Kali.
Right. Yes, indeed. Very true.
अपना रौद्र रूप दिखाओ भाई नवरस में. रौद्र रूप अगर अगला रौद्र रूप दिखा सकता है तो मुझसे डबल, क्योंकि चंडी जो थी वो नारी. चंडी इज नारी, काली इज नारी. I would never say.
There's so much of contradiction in our religion, all the religions, and in fact, the conditioning that we are following since ages. So we are worshipping goddesses, and on the other hand, hum log exploit kar rahe hain women.
That is the irony. That is the irony here. That's what they say. Devi, what happens? The same child. You see, the same child. Kumari bachchi ko puja jata hai. And when she grows up and she gets married and she's tortured, the same child, neither she is Devi nor she is Danavi. She is a human being.
Right.
Equal right, you understand? Grihasti ki gaadi is society ki gaadi. Let's not go to Grihasti personal. It is, it's a two-wheeler.
Right.
A man and a woman are the two wheels of the society. Nicely grease them properly. You understand? And they should, ek jata dusra, they should follow. They should walk together. They should be, like Ardhanarishwar. You see, they should be helping each other instead of this. And I would say, gentlemen, it is especially wake up.
Right.
Wake up. Try to understand the strength the women of your home, they have. Believe me, when you realize the strength they have, you will progress.
Right.
Along with her.
Very true. Agree. Completely. I completely agree on this point, ma'am. And this platform that we have created for women entrepreneurs, this is Global Womenpreneur Clique. And the motto over here, it says, work together and grow together. It's more because
there it is.
Since ages, we are seeing that. मेरी साड़ी तेरी साड़ी से अच्छी कैसे We have mother-in-law. Yeah, it happens. We have seen mother-in-laws.
But let me tell you, Akanksha, let me tell you one thing, Akanksha. A woman's biggest enemy is a woman only.
This is happening. So we want to finish this thing, and we want, because it's more of a women to women connection. मेरे हिसाब से शादी से पहले हस्बैंड वाइफ की कुंडली की जगह मदर इन लॉ और बहू की कुंडली मिलानी चाहिए टू क्रिएट
नहीं मेंटल लेवल मिला वो समझ में आया. Why only that? That's what I'm saying. It is a woman's अगर बेचारी सास कमजोर हुई तो बहू will पड़ो भारी. And if the bahu comes up, तो सास will put. Why can't they, as I said, two wheels.
Absolutely.
Society जो है, घर जो है, जो गाड़ी, it's like a vehicle. And the two wheels, they have to join together. I always say that men and you be liberated. A woman is liberated. There's no doubt about it.
Once the women are together, nobody in this world, no patriarchal system, nothing can ever dominate on women.
No. Let's see. I'll tell you. There's a lot of all of us. We talk big. Usne nahi karne diya. Ye this, men. The moment a man realizes your potentials, karega nahi. Will understand what it is and what it isn't. You see, has to realize that is the difference between a Dekho, I'll tell you what happens. Women, they have progressed, you understand, in thinking and everything. बेचारे आदमी यहीं पर हैं, उनको उठना पड़ेगा. And we are there to help. औरत को क्यों नीचे? Why are you pulling the woman down? No. Here it is. Okay, they slowly and gradually they have understood their strength and they've gone. You also climb up. Why do you want this person to? As simple as that. It is do pahiya, ek gaadi ka, the two wheels. And if they are properly oiled, stepney is not required. You don't need an outsider.
Right. Absolutely.
As you were saying, why an outsider should say that? If it is properly, no outsiders is required. That's what it is.
Right.
So as long as, then here it comes, Akanksha, that it is a woman who has to understand herself. No, for the say, I'm so weak, I can't do it. Oh my children. What is the use of children growing up in a family where there's so much of disharmony?
Right.
Have you seen the psychological problems they are having? Okay, bipolar, this, that, and the other. What is it? The development is not okay.
Absolutely.
Why? They are not nurtured the way they should be nurtured. Honesty is missing. You understand? Honesty is missing. That's what it is. If you're honest to yourself, automatically you will be honest to everybody. This is what I want. As simple as that. I adjust. I take 2 steps. You take 2 steps. Women have taken so many steps. You understand? No? Who else take them? Perfectly all right. I don't mind looking after my house, my job. As I told you, I told my children. My husband being in the army, he was sometimes in Sri Lanka, field, this, that, and the other. So I had to bring them up single-handed. So I told them, I said, beta, if you do well, everybody will say, but if you don't do well, the entire blame will come.
Right.
So not at all. So that understanding, and luckily, whatever, I have 2 daughters, very mental level, as you say, emotional quotient. Everything is, women are a little different, girls are different, a little different, I suppose we want little things, you are happy, the big, like that. So one has to, men, understand a woman. And you are responsible. You love yourself. Like you love your family, you start loving yourself. Automatically, you will be genuinely, you would like to, you will see your own welfare. You've seen everything. I have nothing. It's okay, I'll have no problem here. I'm not so fond of. Women always have some excuse or the other. And if, either food is less, or, she's having thanda khana, or, she's making chapati and giving. No, very good. All of you have. Here, this is my chapati. Sit down. I also want to have hot chapatis.
Right.
So you eat it. No, no, I'll make it. No question. This is what it is. I'll have it now. I also want to have food,
Right.
you
Right.
know, in a proper mental state. That's what it is. But then, you know what happens? I'll just give you an example. I was teaching in a Jammu Presentation Convent, and every time senior school, and I would say, "Nay, you go home. What happens now? We throw our bags and we have to make uh, chai and for a brother and two brother and sister. And what about him? What is he doing? No, no, he just throws away the bag and." I said, don't do that. Well, no, my grandmother gets angry. She said, you're a girl. I'm talking about early 80s. Okay. You're a girl before my Hamlok started, before my television days. So they said that, no, 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 my grandmother says I'm a girl, I should do that. I said, no, assert yourself. I said, today you will make a cup of tea, tomorrow I will make. Again, third day you make. I mean, together we will. There's somebody who's doing the dishes, you do something different. I mean, you have to work. Not at all. So the grown-ups, the grandparents came, and that a typical in Hindi, you know, the convent school, they said, एक नवी नवी टीचर नहीं आई है जो कुड़ियां नु पढ़कांदी है.
Okay.
You understand? So, as you were saying, I had to face a lot of criticism for that, to make the girls understand that they are no less. They are the one who are going to be, you know, the creation of the new generation.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay, they have to be healthy. They have to have equal amount of good food. I mean, that's what it was. The son should get the best and the daughter shouldn't get. It used to be, not now. Things are changing, as I say. Society, women are becoming assertive. They are understanding their position. See, I'm not condemning men at all. There are so many good. I mean, after all, the society is running because of the two, you know, the synchronization it is running. But dissatisfaction is a lot amongst women who are not working. Okay, they want to work, and I would say only those who want to work, mind you. The bringing up children and being a homemaker is a brilliant job and a very noble job. I always say that. Always. But it is a thankless job. That's the only thing. Otherwise, nothing like it. When a child comes back home, mother is at home, you understand. Oh, hugs and, you know, waiting, what are you cooking? Do you understand what I mean? Even a working woman, she has to sacrifice a lot. That love, that being close to the child when she's working outside, that the child is unwell. She would, I mean, she's in a terrible trauma. She would like to be with the child. She would like to be with the child. And there she is working. So women, this is a modern women, they have so many, they're stressed, I will tell you. Right. Traumatized and stressed. That's what it is. They are not looking after themselves. That is why yoga, you know, wellness of life, you know, have little me time where you analyze what is happening. What do I want? How to balance it even now with all modern amenities, with men's sort of liberated men, you know, they are allowing their better halves to work, as I hate that word. Even then, it is the woman.
Right.
Menu, you understand, should be done. The maid hasn't come, so what should I do? A lot of hassles are there. Right. So that's why I always said, guys, you modern men, modern boys, wonderful, you are growing up well. Please try to understand a woman's mind. Everything will be all right. And women, you know exactly what you want. Ye bhi chahiye, wo bhi chahiye, wo bhi chahiye, wo bhi chahiye. What do you want? Absolutely. You have to, no confusion. That's what I would say. Wow. That's exactly what it is.
That's really awesome. And it was an insightful session with you by listening to your experiences. And as you said, and we started with the same thing, सोने की चिड़िया अगर हम भारत को बोल रहे हैं तो सोने की चिड़िया एक पंख से नहीं उड़ पाएगी, दोनों पंखों की जरूरत होगी.
बिल्कुल. बिल्कुल. तो एक सोने की चिड़िया औरत होगी, चांदी की चिड़िया का पंख होगा. So balance it is. Definitely. There has to be balance. There, you see, if you go back, Lopamudra, Gargi, Maitreyi, okay, there was equality. Slowly and gradually, you see, we talk of big ye hua, wo hua. When the dark period, there was no parda, there was nothing. If you go back, Maurya Gupta dynasty, if you go there at that time, you understand? Things were very, very different. The invaders came and, well, let's not go into Indian history.
Right. So,
yeah, together. Like, a woman cannot live without a man, and the man cannot live without it. This is the pillars of society. Pillars of society. And grown-ups, the grandparents, with their experience, with their love for children and grandchildren, they are a very, very essential part of our society. You understand? Lucky are those who have, parents, grandparents, your near and dear one, friends. It is a very happy, it can be a very happy situation, Akanksha, if all of us, we understand each other and with whom we are staying. That's what it is.
That communication is missing, but you need to appreciate that.
Absolutely. Communication, as I told you, you have to communicate with yourself as well as with your people, with your spouse, with your children, with your parents, with your in-laws. The moment you can do that, make them understand. You also understand their plight, make them, and you have to take a mid path.
Right, absolutely.
You cannot be either this side and that side. I mean, nothing is black and white, Akanksha.
Right.
Life is various shades of everything, even gray.
Yeah, absolutely. So today on Independence Day, we have Ms.Joyoshree Arora with us, and she somehow make us understand about this patriarchal system. It's not about the patriarchy, it's not about the shackles of patriarchy, it's about the shackles of your bondages in mind. It's about shackles of emotional baggages that you are carrying. Free yourself.
And one shouldn't, don't escape. This escapism attitude of the shackles, that shouldn't be there. Be honest to yourself.
Absolutely. So it's the freedom from mind, freedom to communicate with yourself. Communicate with yourself, spare some me time with you, understand your passion, and a woman can do anything she thinks of.
Absolutely.
So GWC, the team Global Women Clique, heartily congratulate every woman over here who has joined us this session, and we are grateful to Joyoshree ma'am for being here and sharing this insightful session with us, and knowledge that you imparted, the experiences that you shared with us are very precious to each one of us, because that's how we grow. We work together and we grow together. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you so much. Thank you. It was lovely talking to you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.